The following special is being produced by Renewable Now and is presented by the following. The Arpin Group, creating customers for life.
I'd like to introduce, and it's my honor to introduce the Governor of the state of Rhode Island for some brief remarks, Governor Gina Raimondo. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Perfect timing. It's wonderful to be here with you all this morning, and thank you, Scott, for that kind introduction. I am here with my partners, the Speaker and the Senate President. You know, Scott's right, we have worked together as a team this past year, primarily focused on revitalizing Rhode Island's economy and pursuing a plan of educating, innovating, and rebuilding. And the three of us have worked together in order to make record investments in education and infrastructure, and as Scott mentioned, put together a very robust economic development plan with incentives to attract and retain companies to come to Rhode Island. I also see Mayor Avedizian here, who does a wonderful job not only running the city of Warwick, but also as chair of RIPTA, and a number of other folks in the crowd. It's important to note that on all of the economic development incentives that we put together in the legislature passed, we put an extra incentive in each one for locations that are near transit hubs, because we would like to continue to incentivize the use of public transportation. Rhode Island is a perfect place for more creativity around transit. You know, second most densely populated state in the country, very urban areas. And so I applaud your efforts to constantly think about how do we improve our transit and improve our infrastructure to make sure that there are affordable and environmentally friendly ways for folks to get to and from work and school. It's also a key part of turning around this economy. Folks need to be able to get to work in an affordable, reliable fashion, or to get to school in an affordable, reliable fashion day in and day out every day. As Scott mentioned, I am working with the General Assembly to pass a major infrastructure bill called Roadworks. Most of the focus of Roadworks has been on repairing our bridges. Unfortunately, we're dead last in the country in the quality of our bridges, and so it's essential that we come together and solve that. But there's a big component in the Roadworks legislation to improve transit. And in fact, the proposal includes constructing an express bus lane as part of the 610 interchange. We'd like to try to get a $400 million of New Starts federal funding to augment the state funding that we're proposing. There's also additional work in that plan for increased bus and rail service and additional bike lanes and accessible sidewalks. So it's all part of the same puzzle. It's trains, it's buses, it's transit, it's bike paths, it's walking paths, it's clustering folks around transit hubs, and it's making sure that we have best-in-class roads and bridges. It's no one thing. And by the way, I've said that 100 times since being governor. There is no one thing that's going to turn this economy around. It's all of these things. Investments in tourism, investments in innovation, investments in the 195 land, investments in schools, and transit and transportation is a key component of it. And by the way, anytime you build a road or a bridge or a bike lane, you put people to work immediately. And we still have a lot of weakness in our construction trade industry here in Rhode Island. So thank you for your great leadership. You have our support, and I can certainly say that I appreciate your work, not only because it makes our communities more vibrant and it helps our environment, but it's a core piece of economic development, and for that reason, you have our full support. So thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Governor.